Alright everyone, so in this video here, really big deal, at least if you're a content creator, especially on YouTube like I am. I got an email earlier today. Important announcement. End of the Nintendo Creators Program and information about new guidelines. Dear Nintendo Creator, we want to share some news with you. We are ending the Nintendo Creators Program to make it easier for you to make and monetize videos that contain Nintendo game content. We will no longer ask you to submit your videos to the Nintendo Creators Program, and you can continue showing your passion for Nintendo as long as you adhere to the Nintendo's guidelines, which, by the way, this link they sent was not the correct link. I did find the correct one, and I have it right here. The Nintendo's Creators Program will come to a close at the end of December 2018. Please note that we are no longer accepting videos and channels, and we will not review any that have been submitted, but not yet registered. All registered videos and channels will end their affiliation with the Nintendo's Creators Program by December 6, 2018. And revenues generated through that date will be paid to your registered PayPal account by February of 2019. We appreciate your courage, your continued support. Thank you for your dedication to helping us create smiles. Nintendo, look. Well, you can't look, but listen. That's me clapping. Nintendo, for years, I've even emailed you guys. I can't remember his name now, but I emailed him, and I even asked him, it's like, hey, here's just what I think is that, I'm just trying to express, my thoughts, about this, about these games, and that I even said this, that it's free advertisement for you guys. But of course, Nintendo, had to do their little spiel about upholding their intellectual property and how they have to protect their IP and stuff like that. And I'm not denying that they shouldn't be doing that. Of course they need to protect their IP. But if I'm talking about a game, or, if I'm not talking about even Let's Plays, if I'm just talking about, hey, I've been playing this game, it's really fun, I want to show you why it's fun, I think you should go on and play it. Why should Nintendo take that down if I'm even promoting that game and Nintendo would still take them down? That's why for years I've done very little Nintendo content on my channel. The only times I actually do Nintendo videos is if I'm doing like an unboxing video of, like, when I bought the Switch, or if I'm talking about a particular game, I might have the Switch menu up there, or when I had the Wii U, stuff like that. But I would not be showing actual Nintendo games. If I do use a Nintendo system to show off a game, it was almost always a third-party game on that system. And that was because I just did not want to show any gameplay footages from Nintendo, because I didn't want strikes on my account. I didn't want Nintendo to come after me, because what's the point to even show anything or even praise about Nintendo games when Nintendo is just going to turn around and just give you the middle finger? I just straight up just banned doing Nintendo games in general on my channel. So I'm gonna go over this here. This is the guideline, the Nintendo Game Content Guidelines for online video and image sharing platforms, as of November 29th of 2018. Because guess what? These guidelines are subject to change. So that's why I'm throwing that out there, because if something does change, well, it's after the fact of this video. So We are humbled every day by your loyalty and passion for Nintendo games, characters, and worlds, and respect that you want to be able to express yourself creatively. Wow, I can't talk tonight. By sharing your own original videos and images using content from our games. Yes, Nintendo. For years, we just wanted to talk about your games. If we want to revere your games, we need to show images, videos, gameplay clips to show our points. Okay? Why should only the IGNs and GameSpots have all the fun when it comes to reviewing your games or, talking about Nintendo games? We have opinions too. We want to express them. Let us do that. And besides, on the side note, I don't even like let's plays. I don't like just sitting there and just watching someone else just play the entire game. I just want to know what the game's about. Is the game good? Does the game look fun? If it looks fun, okay, I want to go on and play it. I want to go buy the game and play it. That's all I ask. And for years, you could not even do that, Nintendo. But anyway, we'll continue. As long as you follow some basic rules, we will not object to your use of gameplay footage and or screenshots captured from games from which Nintendo owns the copyright. Nintendo game content. In the content you create for appropriate videos and image sharing sites. To help guide you, we prepare the following guidelines. You may monetize your videos and channels using the monetize method separately specified by Nintendo. So, like in my case, monetize through YouTube. Basically, just upload the videos like normal without, send the video off to Nintendo for approval. Let's see. Other forms of monetization of our intellectual properties for commercial purposes are not permitted. So yeah, that makes sense. So let's see. We encourage you to create videos that include your creative input and commentary. Videos and images that contain mere copies of Nintendo game content without creative input or commentary are not permitted. So yes, that actually makes sense. If I'm just putting up gameplay footage of let's just say Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If I'm just playing the game, recording, and then just uploading to YouTube, Nintendo won't like that. And in a lot of ways, I can actually understand why. Especially when it comes to the more story-driven type games, where if you're just showing the complete storyline of a game, if someone knows what happens at the end of the game, why are they going to go on and buy the game? So I actually understand that. And I'm actually not a fan of those kinds of videos anyway. And I have no reason to even make those kinds of videos because I personally don't care about those. I want to experience the game when I'm playing it, not when someone else is playing. Let's see. Let's see. You are only permitted to use Nintendo game content that have been officially released or from promotional materials officially released by Nintendo, such as product trailers or Nintendo Directs. So does this mean that if Nintendo comes out with a Nintendo Direct, that I can do a live stream and basically commentary over and give my thoughts as the video is playing? I'm actually able to do that now, Nintendo. Congratulations, Nintendo. Wow. It took you a couple years, but it seems like you guys are finally waking up to how people communicate and express their thoughts, about Nintendo. Wow. That's great. It sounds like I'm sarcastic, but no, that is actually really good. Let's see. If you want to use the intellectual properties of third parties, you are responsible before obtaining any necessary third-party permissions. That makes sense, you know. You know, we're talking about Nintendo. So, Nintendo first-party games. So, you know, your Mario, Zeldas, Donkey Kongs, ARMS, Splatoon, things like that. Yeah. But when it comes to third-party games, say like Doom, Wolfenstein, Warframe, Fortnite, Nintendo has no control on those. So you actually have to go to the developers and publishers of those games and any other games that are not Nintendo to get permission or find out what their guidelines are. But in actuality, for the most part, apart from Nintendo for the longest time, everyone else, unless you're just straight up just showing storylines stuff that is completely spoiling the game for everyone, for the most part, they're all pretty much fine with it. Look at 2K. Look at Epic Games. If you're showing gameplay footages or just talking about Fortnite, Epic Games could give two craps about that video. I mean, come on, they're making billions of dollars off of that game. You really think Epic Games has time to, or even have the effort to even waste time on a stupid YouTube video? Seriously? You are not permitted to imply or state that your videos are officially affiliated with or sponsored by Nintendo. That makes sense. You know, I'm not going to upload a video with Nintendo stuff on it and basically, you know, claim that, yeah, this video is sponsored by Nintendo. No, I'm not. We're not going to do that. And if someone does, Nintendo, go after them. If they don't have the permitted, if they don't have the right to do that, you know, if you're not paying them, yeah, they shouldn't be saying that. That makes sense, and I agree with that. We reserve the right to remove any content that we believe is unlawful, infringing, inappropriate, or not in line with these guidelines. Well, yeah, of course. Like I said before, if you're doing stuff that does not follow these guidelines, Nintendo has the right to remove them. Please understand that we will not be able to respond to individual inquiries regarding these guidelines. Also, we may update these guidelines from time to time, so please refer to the latest version before sharing your content. And you know what? Go ahead and bookmark this page. Who knows? They might change something, or I just need a quick overview. But here's the frequently asked questions. So, question 1. What type of content are acceptable under these guidelines? What types of content are not acceptable? We encourage you to use Nintendo game content in videos and images that features your creative input and commentary. For example, Let's Play videos and video game reviews are within the scope of the guidelines. Holy crap! Oh my god! Let me what am I looking for? Twitter. So yeah, before I made the video, I was, getting my thoughts, in order. But I know Angry Joe will be interested in this. So, yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. If I want to review a Nintendo game, oh my god, I can actually do that now. Holy crap. Oh my god. That is amazing. Wow, Nintendo. Thank you for, pulling your heads out of your asses and start realizing it's like, wait a minute. We're having a really good run with the Switch. If we have a bunch of people that want to talk about Nintendo games on YouTube, let's just ease up on our own asses and let them just do what they normally do so that we get more free coverage. Congratulations, Nintendo. Thank you thank you for basically, finally, in a lot of regards, into start thinking similarly with the likes of 2K, Rockstar, even though they're owned by the same company, Epic Games, Microsoft, and Sony. Thank you for, not being so stingy and repress, or what's the word I'm looking for? Thank you for not being complete assholes with people on YouTube and other sharing sites. Let's see. And yes, the next question is about do the guidelines cover video uploads, or can I live stream also? Yes, both. Doing regular uploads and live streams follow the same guidelines. Next question. What do you mean by appropriate videos and image sharing websites? We generally accept most commonly used videos and imaging sharing platforms such as, but not limited to, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram. However, we reserve the right to remove any content that we believe is unlawful, infringing, inappropriate, or not in line with the guidelines. Next question is, it just talks about, basically, you follow their guidelines and stuff like that. Can I sell? Oh, this one, yeah, I can kind of understand. Can I sell content that I create and upload or live stream on a sharing platform that, if it includes Nintendo game content? No, you may not sell any videos, music, or images that you created using Nintendo game content. So yeah, that makes sense. But one step at a time. Can I create, upload, and live stream content that is based on other Nintendo intellectual properties outside of gameplay footages and screenshots, such as fan arts? The guideline only covers the sharing of Nintendo game content on appropriate video and imaging sharing sites. Any other use of Nintendo intellectual property and creations of content outside the scope is subject to relevant laws of the applicable jurisdictions. Nintendo cannot provide legal advice, blah, blah, blah. Basically, at that point, pay a lawyer and, have them tell you what to do. What if I record someone playing an unreleased game at a public event, such as a gaming expo? Basically, the answer is each event has their own guidelines when it comes to recording videos there. So you follow their guidelines. I'm planning to host a gaming tournament using Nintendo video games and upload or live stream a video of that tournament on the appropriate video and image sharing site. Are these activities subject to the guidelines? The uploading and live streaming Nintendo game content from a Nintendo authorized or licensed tournament is within the scope of and subject to the guideline. However, hosting a tournament is a separate activity that is outside the scope of the guidelines. So unless it's a Nintendo authorized or licensed tournament, they're fine with it. However, if you're just saying, hey, Joe Schmo over here, is having a tournament of 6 people, let's play Mario Kart, see who wins. That is, from what I understand, unless I'm reading it wrong, that seems like that would be outside of the guidelines, and Nintendo would not like that. Under the guidelines, can corporate entities or entities upload or live stream videos and screenshots using Nintendo game content? The guidelines are only applicable to individual customers using Nintendo game content. So basically, this only applies to people like me, or Angry Joe, Review Tech USA, Spawnwave, RGT85. Nintendo's talking about, just your average YouTuber, not like the IGNs and GameSpot. Will there be cases where Nintendo will remove content from sharing platforms? Yes, we reserve the right to remove any content that we believe is unlawful, infringing, inappropriate, or not in line with the guidelines. In some cases, Nintendo may take down videos on behalf of our third-party partners. So, basically, for example, let's just say you're playing a Nintendo game and it has music from a famous artist. That label might have a problem with that, and they would just, flag that video because of the music. So I know there are games, and I kind of wish more games start doing this, but what game is this now? I can't remember the game. If you know what game I'm talking about, put that in the comment below. But there are games where you can actually, in the options, basically put in streaming mode, and what it will do is anything that is licensed will not appear in the video, whether it is in video form or in an audio form. So, for example, if you're playing a game that has licensed music and you turn on streaming option or like sharing option, it will actually disable any licensed content in the game so that it does not appear when you're uploading, which is actually kind of smart. Let's see. What do you mean by content that is unlawful, infringing, or inappropriate? Examples of unlawful, infringing, or inappropriate content include, but are not limited to, content that incorporates Nintendo intellectual properties and violates applicable laws, infringes the intellectual property rights of Nintendo, and or features pirated Nintendo software. So if you heard about the whole thing with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and people like uploading music from that game and other things with that game before it was released officially, Nintendo will have a problem with that, and that makes sense. So what does this mean? It basically means that Nintendo is finally getting their heads out of their asses and gonna start being more lenient, as long as you're... The simplest term I can basically get out of this is, as long as you're just not straight up just uploading gameplay footage and that's it, Nintendo's pretty much going to be fine. So if you're making a review on a Nintendo game, Nintendo's fine with it. If I'm uploading a Nintendo game that I'm putting my thoughts on top of that video, Nintendo won't have a problem with that. So, if this is the case, if this is truly how I think Nintendo is going about this, I'm actually going to lift my ban on Nintendo stuff and start doing more Nintendo videos on my channel. Because for the longest time, I've actually just straight up banned it. And yes, over here on the left side is an email I got from Nintendo about the Creators Program ending. So, I will test it out. I will make some videos. And if everything is all hunky-dory and they're not flagging my stuff, you know what? I'll start making more Nintendo videos with my spin on it. So Nintendo, you might be a couple years late on this, but you're finally starting to ease up on this. You're starting to see the value in free promotion. Not everyone has time to watch your trailers. Some people even get their news and reviews from YouTubers and nowhere else. Thank you. Now, if Angry Joe is watching this video, Angry Joe Vargas, start making some Nintendo videos now. I want to see those Nintendo reviews. Come on. The Legend of Zelda review you did for the Switch. That was a really fun review. I want more of those, please. Anyway, I'll end it here. Leave those comments down below. Like this video. If you didn't like this video, you know what to do. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Actually, if you haven't subscribed, I would highly suggest you subscribe because, hey, you might actually start seeing some Nintendo videos on my channel. Yay! And make sure you hit that bell icon so that way you get notified on all the awesome, or let's just say all the stuff I put on my channel. So like always, have a good one.